Hi everyone, welcome. It's Kim Crumpus, and I want to do something a little bit different today than I normally do on YouTube. And today, instead of taking you inside of trades that I'm trading or I have traded, I want to talk about the chart of the day. And today, Wednesday, November 10th, I want to talk about the dollar yen. The dollar yen was on a tear and it started out of the London session. Let's go ahead and get out to the charts. All right, so we are currently looking at the dollar yen, just what I mentioned in the opening segment that I wanted to take a look at. And what I want to focus your eyes in on today is this movement here, down here. I'm going to go ahead and thin that out a little bit. That's a little too dramatic. Let's go ahead and redraw that. So this pair was in this range, and it broke out of this range in the start of the London session. And if we measure this break, which held, it moved up beautifully. The first point that it moved up 23 pips, had a slight pullback, gave traders another opportunity if they missed the break to get into this move, and eventually made it all the way up to this point, which was 34 pips. So this first leg, we'll write this down, plus 34 pips. In the New York session, so that was right here. In the New York session, though, we had a red news event, CPI, which was a shock to the market. And this is where that took place, right here on this candle, which was all well and good. So I actually traded into this news event and got into this. And the position was actually up in a little bit profit. But then you can see this big spike right here on this candle. And this candle took me out of that news trade for a loss of 10 pips. We use a very tight stops here. So a loss of 10 pips on my first trade because of this spike, which then allowed me to get back in on a re-entry, and following the rules that we have on re-entry orders after a stop out, I got back in this re-entry long at 113.50. And that was right here. Let's go to 113.50. I think this got as high as 50.49. So right about here. And this is where that re-entry was. Right here at 113.50. And this trade, you can see, it just took off from this point and ratcheted all the way up 51 points, just above 114. So this pair, which I was targeting but had to get out because I was doing a webinar, did make it all the way up to the ultimate target of 114. I didn't want to leave it on. I just booked my profits on this trade. But you can see that even after taking a small loss, I was able to get back into the market as it lifted off. And there were no pullbacks until up here when pretty much most of the move had been made. Yes, there was something to be made right here, about 17 pips, which is, hey, that's nothing to sneeze at. But this move was a beautiful move. It was what I call a vertical move. There's no pullbacks. It moved out of this zone right here, up 58 pips. All right, so this is the chart of the day, the dollar yen. It was the biggest mover in the New York session and in the London session. I hope this helps you with your trading. Remember, without a good plan, without a good mentor, without someone you can trust, your trading is likely to suffer and you're going to be disappointed. I hope you have a great day. If you need or want to reach out to me, you can always contact me at info@priceactiontradersinstitute.com. I'll go ahead and make sure that I respond to you with any questions you might have. All right, thanks for listening, and I'll talk soon.